Pearson, and this is drafting. If you're watching this video, your student, or I'm sorry, your child is doing the Chromebook curriculum. Just to recap, I teach three different styles of curriculum. First is fundamentals, and fundamentals has four curriculums inside that. Then there's the Chromebook curriculum, which we're going to go over, and then the 3D printing curriculum. So the Chromebook curriculum are students that just have Chromebooks and feel more comfortable doing stuff remotely, or possibly just need um, a adjusted curriculum to help them make it throughout this COVID season or year or whatever 2020 seems to be. Um, so real quick, to just recap how the class works is every week I require 20 points. Now, as a class, the Chromebook curriculum is just strictly Minecraft assignments. Now, whether your child is doing Minecraft on the Chromebook or an Xbox or a PlayStation or their own computer, it's completely up to them. Where those assignments are at, which we will go over, but for your child, they need to make a video, upload that video to YouTube, and then submit their video into the assignment for this week. Now, the way I do grading in here is I give a date with the month. The date corresponds with the Friday of that week. So this week would be the 11th of December. Last week was the 4th of December. This grade or this assignment is open from Monday to Sunday at, well, actually, I'm sorry, it's open from Monday until Friday at 3 o'clock. Now, that's the time frame I do my grading for this assignment. Students still can turn in late assignments or late videos until Sunday at midnight. So if you have your child working on the weekend trying to finish a Minecraft assignment to get a video made to submit it, they have until Sunday at 11:59 before this window closes. Now, um, just to get in here before we go into too much detail, is uh, those assignments are in class notebook. And as you can tell here, we're in Teams. Teams is where I do all my communication, all my assignments, all my quizzes, all my tests, all that stuff. Um, so as you can tell here, here's the assignment. I'm going to go ahead and go to the class notebook, and I'm going to open up the content library. Now, you're going to see here, content library sits like this. This is where my assignments will be at. Now, notice I have a bunch of names here. I'm the teacher, so this is where students will submit something, and then I'll submit it back to them, showing that they have proof of getting it done, which we'll go over in a minute. But where to find those assignments for the 11th of December would be under the content library. And they are doing the fifth alternative curriculum because I typically don't teach this. We're only doing it because of COVID. So I'm going to go to the fifth alternative, and you notice I have 3D printing, which has 3 assignments, and I have the Chromebook curriculum, which has all these assignments. Now, if you were to click on these assignments, I give just a detail of what I'm looking for. This is a SketchUp house. Here's the due date. Here's the criteria, so on and so on, and submit the video. Now, notice there's a video right here. This is actual video that a student had submitted for this week's assignment, so that way kids can actually see what other students are doing to kind of get an idea like, oh, okay, that's what that needs to look like. So this week is the 4th through the 11th. These dates match the actual assignment in the post underneath general. So like the 4th of December, this is the criteria. This is a 2-week assignment. And it's a Minecraft and you got to build a dam. Essentially, you would just need to read this over with your student. And if you're watching this video for a later date, just go over content library, fifth alternative, Chromebook curriculum, and then look at that current week to find out what they need to do. Now, we are doing a pizza prize this time, so whoever has the biggest and baddest dam built will receive a pizza. And this is a paired or optional partnered group where you can do this. And so this week, if you look at this, this is part 1, and it looks like I had 2 students do this dam together. And and like I did all my other weeks, you can review what they had done so you can kind of get an idea. This is how to build a working dam. This is another YouTube where I kind of found where kids can learn how to do a working dam. So this is essentially all the criteria. Now, I want to just really quick go over how this works. Um, the assignment is just 20 points. Okay, so the 11th of December is 20 points. The 4th of December is 20 points. Now, kids get to work at their own pace. Now, what I mean by that is, let's imagine a student had turned in something on the 4th of December and they didn't follow the criteria quite right. So what I would do is I would leave a comment like you've most likely have seen in my previous videos of, hey, I need you to do this. And essentially what would happen is they wouldn't get points for that assignment, but they would turn around and resubmit it for the 11th of December. So technically there could be 2 videos in this assignment, and every video or every assignment I have them submit is worth 20 points. So if they got 0 out of 20 on the 4th of December, either A, they didn't submit anything, or B, they submitted it and didn't quite follow the instructions, so I want them to fix it. Then they can resubmit that on the 11th of December. So I have students in my class right now that had prioritized their classes, like core classes, like, hey, I really need to work on math. So I give students the liberty of working at your own pace to where I'm not hounding them so much unless they have a C or less. When they hit a C, I make contact. I say, hey, what's going on? What can I do to help? And if they have a D or F, that's when I start making contact with you. So this is a 2-week assignment, right? They can have partners, and there's a naming policy for making this video. Notice what's in red here is the actual assignment, which is worth 20 points. This is worth 20 points. And they've just got to name their video a certain way. So like if it was me and a John Smith, and then I would do hashtag damn part 1, then I would just simply click on their link and go to their video. And this is what they did. Some 2 students had done last week. So hopefully they're going to turn in another one in for this week, and we'll get some points in and put that video there. It's kind of confusing. Because kids work at their own pace, and because I teach ideally 6 subjects in one period, it's kind of hard for me to make an individual agenda for every student. Students just need to kind of figure out where they are with assignments, and what they need to turn in for the week. So if I go back to content library, we have all these assignments here. And if you have let's just pick on Sam, for instance. So Samuel, he's doing Chromebook curriculum, and I will put the date and I will put their video in here. So if you go under your child's name and go to that curriculum and you go to that date, if they don't have anything in there, then I don't have that assignment for them. Now, Sam's not a good example because Sam, for the most part, has been turning in everything that he needs. So, like, he didn't get the 2nd of October. So, he could turn in the 2nd of October in this week, which would be the 11th of December, because every video he submits, or every assignment, let's call it, is worth 20 points. So, if I go on to the 9th, he's turned in this assignment. He hasn't turned in this one. He's turned in this one. He's turned in that one. He's turned in this one. And he's turned in damn part 1. So he still needs to do part 2, which is this week's assignment. But essentially, if we were to kind of play it out, the 11th of December is required 20 points for the week. I know this is confusing, but Sam is missing the 11th, the 9th, and the 30th. So there's 20, 40, 60 points. And if he finishes damn part 2, that's 80 points he would turn in for this week. And that would be his 4 assignments he's missing. Um, so that's kind of how that works. Like again, it's kind of confusing because I don't stand up in class and teach one subject. Kids work at their own pace. They kind of move at their own levels. So we make assignments and then kids follow through and submit the assignments. So what the assignments would look like. So if I was to, let's just pick on Sam. So Sam turned in this video. If we go back to, let's say, the post, and he turned that in last week, the 4th of December, and I go to his video here, let's go to Sam. Sam submitted his link right here. And then I even said damn part 1 and gave him 20 points. So if he had turned in more, I would have said, the 25th of September. And I would have just kept going on and adding more points and then submitting those points in uh, the actual class notebook in the 25th and so on. So um, I think the best contact figuring out where your kid is at would be first to go under their name, figure out what they had submitted, and figure out. So, like, if you are Sam's mom or dad, go to the 2nd of October and say, okay, Sam, so you didn't turn in the 2nd of October. Let's go back to the content library and let's find out what the 2nd of October assignment is. So you would go to the 5th alternative, you go to the 2nd of October, and you would read these comments, and then you would simply give this back. You would have him read this instruction, and then do the assignment and submit the link for this week, which would be 11th of December. Um, so if that was confusing, which I wouldn't doubt it wouldn't be. Please reach out, respond back in the chat, and we can schedule a time to chat on video on Teams, or we can talk over the phone, whichever is easiest to kind of give you a better grip on how the class works. And maybe we can schedule a time with your son or daughter at the same time. So that way we all are on the same page on figuring out what's going on. But just to be clear, all assignments are posted in Teams under class notebook under the 5th alternative. And so for the next week, we're going to say, I think the date's going to be the 18th. So it's going to say the 18th of December. And then they will click on that and then read the criteria and then go from there. I hope you all have a great day. Please reach out if you got any questions. We can go from there. Thank you.